Hi there parents, it's Mr. Morris, the Year 4 class teacher, and I'm making this video today to talk to you a little bit about Edmodo. So Edmodo is an online learning management system, and it's something that I used with Birch class last year to facilitate our remote learning during lockdown. It worked quite well for myself, for the children and for the parents in Birch class. So it's something we're now going to trial in some of the other classes this year to see if it's an effective means of facilitating remote learning in the case that your child needs to self-isolate this year. So for lots of you last year or last academic year, to facilitate the remote learning, you would have used emails. You would have waited for an email from the class teacher. You would have checked the daily learning letter, helped your child to complete their work, and then you would have needed to send an email with the work attached back to the teacher, and they would then need to save that and archive it. Edmodo would completely replace that, and I'm going to show you today how it works. So I've now got Willow class, and I've set it up for them. Each child will have a login and a password. This is set by the teachers and will hopefully be glued into the front of their reading record. When the child logs into Edmodo, they'll be presented with this feed. I guess it's a little bit like Facebook, but this is completely safe and contained. The only people that have access are the teachers and the children. And as parents, you might be able to access it via your child's account. Parent accounts can be linked, but for primary children, it's actually probably not the most effective way. It's easier, I think, for parents and children just to share the account. Now, the beauty with Edmodo is if I click on Willow class here, I've set up a small group within the class, and that's my learning from home group. So if I click on this, the members here, these are all of the children currently in my class that are needing to self-isolate, and I can add and remove the children as and when they come back to school or they need to leave. So it makes it very easy from the school's point of view to manage who is receiving the home learning. So if I go to posts here, these are some of the posts that I've been posting for the children. What I'll do now, just to show you, I'm going to create a new assignment here. It's a Sunday today. I'll set up the Monday learning as an example. I'll set up a maths lesson. So I will pause the video, set it up, and then we'll go from there. So here's my maths lesson for tomorrow, and I've set it up as an assignment. So we've got the assignment title at the top. These are the pages in the Power Maths book that it pertains to. The first instruction is to watch the rounding video on White Rose, so you can have links embedded here, and that takes the children to the relevant page and they can watch an input video there. It tells them to complete the pages in the Power Maths book, and then when they're finished they can mark their work. So we've got the example problems they can look through, and they've got the answers so they can check their answers when they're done. So I'm going to assign that now, and this is going to be assigned just to those children who are learning from home. This is tomorrow's lesson, so I'll say Monday by the end of roughly the working day. Typically I would schedule that for later. I would schedule that for Monday, and in my class, you know, say 7 or 8 AM for the children at home, so that first thing in the morning they can get up and they can see their daily learning go live. But for this video I'm not going to do that, so that we can log in as a child and you can see it from that perspective. So I'm going to assign that, and that's going to go live for my learning from home children now. So that item has been sent and it's popped up here in the feed. So what I'll do now is I will log out of my teacher account. I'll log in as a pupil that is currently learning from home, and you can see it from the child's perspective. Right, so I'm going to now log in as one of the children in my class. And as you can see, it's popped up in her feed there, this piece of work. She can look through the different example problems. She can watch the input video. She can complete the pages. She can then check her own work and mark it using the answers here. Now when she's done, and this is the important part, she will want to open the assignment and she will want to attach her work. So we press the attach and then you press file from computer. Now I'm working on a laptop at the moment, so it's going to open up to my files, but if you were to do this on a phone or an iPad, when you pressed file from computer, it would also give you the option to take a photo at that stage. So it's really useful in that sense. If you're on an iPad, you press attach, file from computer, photo, it opens up the camera and you can use the camera to take a photo of the work you've completed. As I'm on a laptop, I'll need to attach a file. So let's say, for example, if this is my work, I can attach it. I've attached the answers here, and then you need to press turn in assignment. And once you've turned that in, it will go to the teacher, and you can click here to add a comment. There, so you can send some feedback to the teacher and they'll be able to see, or maybe you can say I really struggled with question 2, and it just lets the teacher know. So that's it from the pupil perspective. So coming back to the main page here, each day when you log in, you can see here the posts from the teacher, and you can see here that Emmy's submitted all of her home learning. If it did not say view submission and it just said open and you didn't have a tick, you would know that that piece of work was outstanding, and then you could complete the piece of work, click on there, and you could submit the work as I've just shown you. So I'll log out now and then we'll log back in as myself and we'll see if we can look at that piece of work. Okay, so if I go to Willow class, I should have a notification here to tell me, yeah, Emmy has submitted her assignment. What I can do is I can either have a look here at the assignment and I can see I've got 1 submission. I've got 1 turned in, 2 outstanding of course, because it's only just gone up. And then also as a teacher I can go into progress and it gives me all of the assignments and a breakdown of the work that's been submitted or not submitted. So it's all archived, and if the child comes back in, say, but they forget to bring in a piece of work, it's very easy then for me to be able to find it and print it, and it can go into their books. So that is Edmodo. The hope is that this should really streamline things this year. Obviously it's going to be a very tough year for everyone, children, teachers, parents. It's going to be a difficult year in education, but hopefully this will save some time and help to streamline things and make things easier for everyone involved. All of the children will be taught how to use this before using it, so they should have an idea of how to find the assignments, how to turn them in, but I do suggest you as parents, as guardians, kind of get to know it too alongside them. When they first start using it, try to support them, try to understand it yourself, and hopefully it should make everyone's lives a little bit easier. If you do run into any difficulties, just contact your teacher and they'll be able to help you with it. In my experience, it does take the children, the parents and teachers a moment to get their heads around it and to get it up and running. but once it is up and running, overwhelmingly the feedback's been positive from parents and from children, and it seems to make things much more manageable. Right, thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. I hope it's been helpful, and hopefully you now feel confident in supporting your child as they get up and running with Edmodo.